Good morning, everybody. Hi, hello, how are you? Welcome to another video. You guys really enjoyed my AI video, so I've decided to release this video, and I've had this video planned for a while now. I just was unsure when I was going to release it. So I hope you enjoyed this little yap session. Today we're going to be talking about an app where you can shop like a billionaire. If you don't know what I'm talking about temu or temu. I pronounce it temu, but some people pronounce it temu. Whatever the case is, it's still an app where you can quote unquote shop like a billionaire. I haven't seen as many advertisements for this app ever since like the tariffs came in, but maybe that's just me. I have no idea. But in any case, there was a whole like year or months or whatever where there was a whole era where LPS tubers ended up falling for the temu thing and ended up buying LPS props from this website. Now, I'm not gonna lie here, most people are completely unaware when it comes to sponsorships, I feel like. Because as a communications major, people are just able to word things however they will benefit you, and then you'll be like, oh, I don't need to do any more research. Like, it's fine because they can benefit me. People are like, oh, is it ethical? Maybe it's ethical in their mindset, the company's mindset, but over here it's not ethical at all. Temu is a company that sells things for a very, very cheap price. It's not as cheap anymore due to the Trump tariffs, but when things are cheap like that, it means somebody's not getting paid. Now let's talk about the different manipulation tactics that this company uses to get you want to buy from them as an LPS creator. A pattern I've noticed from different LPS creators is that a lot of people that I grew up with, like that I grew up watching, they're all young adults. Maybe they have kids now, maybe they're going to be entering their 30s soon, maybe they're already in their 30s, I don't know. Maybe they are in college, etc. So we're all dealing with some type of money issue because we don't have, we're not kids, so therefore we can't be spending it willy-nilly, Instead, we do have a limit and a budget that we have to face. And since LPS Tube is coming back, we are watching and consuming a lot more of LPS Tube. We're seeing that LPS Tube is becoming more realistic. We're seeing that people are using more Calico Critters stuff in civilian families. I don't know how to pronounce it. And people are using sticks. People are using, which in my films, by the way, coming up, I will be using sticks. People are using more realistic props, and we want to enter that level. Well, for me anyways, but I've noticed a lot of other people are trying to enter that level too of making things look more professional. And when you look at the Temu website, they have all these things right at your fingertips. And so I did some digging and I went onto the website to look it up. Thankfully, I did not need to make an account for it. And I saw this, and it says, it's $5, but it says it's free in the app. Now, as a college student, when you look at that, you're like, oh my God, wait, it's $5, but I could get it for free. Now you're interested, now you're hooked because, as a college student who's trying to get by, you're like, oh my God, I can get it for free. For free to make my LPS videos look more professional. Now we're talking. And, when sponsorships come around, they'd be like, well, I can send you all this stuff for free, all these miniatures for free. And we can pay you, like that sounds like a deal, you know what I mean? That sounds like such a deal. But let's think about the workers, because I'm gonna be real here, the money that you make from sponsoring this website or this company is more than the workers make. Companies that work for Temu, and Temu itself has admitted several times to underpaying their workers just so then they can beat Amazon and Shein and all those other websites, because they want to be at the top. They want to be at the top of the pyramid. And often workers need to work in conditions like this. This was stated to be a video of things from Temu. Obviously, Temu itself has not confirmed it. I don't know why they would. But unfortunately, this is kind of like what a lot of, fast fashion, fast other things, this is often what they work in. It's kind of the norm. But I think that this is a little bit faster than those things because, Temu promises, that they get things out right away. So, and they're shipping millions of packages a day because everyone's buying them all at once. So a lot of people are probably getting overworked and underpaid, as per usual. While I was on the Temu website, I ended up coming across something else, and it was like, oh, tree planting, how many trees we've planted, so I think I should talk about that as someone who's an environmentalist, because for those of you who follow me on Instagram, you would know that I am a very big advocate for the planet. So this is gonna be my thoughts on it. If you if you disagree, you disagree. So I think that they planted over like 19 million plants, 19 million trees, which is great. That's great. That's exciting. In Africa. Yippee! However, Temu is a very big company with overworked workers, and they are shipping out things every single day. All their products are made with deadly chemicals. It has been tested and proven. I can leave some articles in the description below. Things over there are made with plastic and lead, and things are getting burned. Fossil fuels are still being used, chemicals are still being put in the air, waste is still being made. So as a company that's like, oh, we're so eco-friendly, we've planted trees, you're planting trees, and that's great. We love that you're planting trees, but you're still killing the planet. Planting trees is not the only thing that helps the planet. You can't just plant a tree and call it a day, unfortunately. I know you've probably seen the Lorax and probably assumed, oh my god, if I plant a tree, I will save the entire universe. No. Planting trees is great if you have the opportunity to plant a tree. I 100% recommend it. But that doesn't make up for all the sins that you've committed as a company, all the waste that you've created. Because you know what? You know where the majority of fast fashion goes? And waste and garbage? It goes in other countries because of environmental racism, okay? It goes here. People live in that, okay? And when you're shipping off different things, it's putting a lot of gas, petroleum, fossil fuel into the air. Places are still drilling oil to make products. So unfortunately, you're not so eco-friendly, okay? I'm sorry, I hate to break it to you, but that's just the truth. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed my little yap session. I will definitely be covering a lot of other subjects up on here. The butterfly garden is coming out soon, by the way. I'm just gonna wait till I get to my new apartment to film that. But I hope you enjoyed. Ignore all the paint on here. I'm busy doing a video for December. But yeah, hope you enjoyed. Have a wonderful day. Bye bye.